These are the 8 fundamental trigonometric identities. You guys are already familiar with the reciprocal identities. We know that cosecant is the same thing as 1 over sine, secant is the same as 1 over cosine, cotangent is the same as 1 over tangent. You already know the quotient identities. We always said that tangent is the same thing as y over x. We associate y with sine and x with cosine. And of course, cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, so you just flip the fraction. This one might be a little new for you, the Pythagorean identities. We have 3 of them. You guys need to memorize those 3. I'm going to use those trigonometric identities to simplify this expression. One tip that I have for you guys is to change things to sine and cosine. I like to change everything I can to sines and cosines. So if I use my identities, this can stay the same, but cotangent, if you look back here, can be written as cosine over sine. So I'm going to write this as cosine over sine. If I look at my identities, I know that secant can be written as 1 over cosine. So I'm going to write this as 1 over cosine. So I'm multiplying all of these together, so the sines will cancel and cosine will cancel. So I'm just left with 1. This is the next problem. I want you to notice that this has a secant squared and a tangent squared in this expression. So I know based off of my chart here, all of these different identities, the only ones that have tangent squareds and secant squareds is this one. So I know I'm going to use this identity here. So I'm going to copy that down onto my page. This is tangent squared theta plus 1 is equal to secant squared theta. That's the identity that we're going to use. So I have to reorder this. I'm going to reorder this so that it says tangent squared theta. I'm going to put the plus 1 next, and I'll put the minus secant squared on the end. I just reordered my expression. And notice this part matches my identity. So I'm going to replace tangent squared theta plus 1 with secant squared. So I'm going to write secant squared. And then I can bring this down. Secant squared minus secant squared is 0. This is the next expression. Notice we have a cosine squared and a sine squared. The only identity that has that is this one down here. So this is the one I'm going to use. I'll copy it onto that slide so it can be right there. It says cosine squared plus sine squared equals 1. So this whole thing, according to the identity, equals 1. Bring down the minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. That's what it simplified to. Okay, so this is the next expression. Remember, my tip is to change things to sines and cosines. So I'm going to look at my numerator. I can change cosecant to 1 over sine. So I'm going to write this as cosine theta. That can stay the same. I'll put cotangent. I'm just going to change one thing at a time. Cosecant can be written as 1 over sine. Okay, so this numerator, when I multiply it, will become cosine theta over sine theta. My denominator is still cotangent. Now, if I go back to my identities, cosine over sine is the same thing as cotangent. So I'm going to replace that. Cosine over sine is the same as cotangent. So I'm going to put cotangent. I replace this with cotangent over cotangent. Anything divided by itself is just 1. Okay, our next expression Notice you have sine squared. The only identity that has sine squared is this one. Cosine squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. So I'm going to use this identity. So what I need to do so that it looks like this, I'm going to have to do some algebra. So what I'm going to do is move this sine squared to the other side. So I will be left with cosine squared theta equals 1, and I'm bringing the sine to the other side, so it becomes a minus sine squared. So I took my identity and I had to move some things around. Now it matches what I have. This matches this. So instead of writing 1 minus sine squared theta, I'm going to write cosine squared. So I'm going to replace this whole thing with cosine squared. And I still have a secant. Okay, now remember my tip? Change things to sines and cosines when you can. So I'm going to write secant as 1 over cosine. So now one of the cosines cancels out with one of the cosines in the denominator. So your answer is just cosine. So your expression will not always simplify to just a single term, or in the previous example, a single constant. Sometimes it won't simplify to just that, okay? So here's an example of something that won't simplify to just a single term or constant. So let's look at this. Before I solve this one, let me just remind you of something. Class, if I have x squared minus 16, how would I factor this? What are my factors? There we go. This is called a difference of squares, right? Okay, I can also write 16 as 4 squared. So when I have something like this, I can write it like that. You just square root both of them. You have a positive and a minus answer. So those are your factors. I'm going to use the same concept over here. I'm going to factor the numerator. So my numerator factored will be sine theta plus a cosine theta, and then a sine theta minus a cosine theta. This is still a difference of squares. So I just factored the numerator. All over the denominator is sine theta plus cosine theta. I'm going to group these together just so you can see clearly what will cancel. This factor cancels out with this factor. So my final answer is what's left over. Sine theta minus cosine theta. Last example, something that I like to do, here's a tip, is to combine things or expressions, combine things into a single fraction. So I'll put into one fraction. Instead of having a whole bunch of separate things, combine it into one fraction. Sometimes it might help you to separate them. It all depends on the problem. So if I want to combine these, I need to get the same denominator. So this needs a denominator of tangent theta. So I'll multiply both the numerator and the denominator by tangent theta. This will now become tangent squared over tangent, and this other fraction just stayed the same. But now that the denominators are the same, I can combine it into a single fraction. So your denominator is tangent theta, and you add the numerators, that will be tangent squared theta plus 1. This should catch your attention because that looks like an identity. So the identity you have to remember is that tangent squared theta plus 1 is secant squared. So I'm going to replace this with secant squared. So this becomes secant squared over tangent. Now, whenever I'm simplifying expressions, I do not want to leave it as a fraction. So we're going to change this. So remember, my advice is always to change things to what? Yep, you want to change things to sine and cosine. So remember, secant squared is the same as what? 1 over cosine squared. Okay, so I can write this numerator as 1 over cosine squared theta divided by, what can tangent be rewritten as? Exactly, sine over cosine. And of course, when you're dividing fractions, you're going to flip the second one and multiply. So I wrote a very long line here. Let me make it smaller. Okay, so this is 1 over cosine squared theta times, we're going to flip the bottom one. So cosine is now on the top. Sine is now in the denominator. What you should see is that cosine cancels out with just one of the cosines in the denominator. So I am left with 1 over cosine times 1 over sine. And I don't want to be left with fractions. What is this the same as? Secant, good. What is this the same as? Cosecant. So this is your final answer. A common mistake that I saw today in all of my classes was people doing something like this. Say they have 1 plus, let's say they just have this. I saw so many people canceling this out and that out and saying it's 1 plus sine. Something like that. That is not correct at all. Let me show you why. If I did 1 plus 4 divided by 4, what is the answer? Yes, 5 over 4. So are you saying that you can just cross those out and you get the same thing? 1 equals 5 over 4? That's not right. In the same way, you can't just do that. So with addition and subtraction, you can't just cross things out. The only time you can cross things out is if you have something like this. If it was sine squared theta over sine, you can cross those out. That's like saying 1 times 3, or let's say 4 times 3 over 4. What's 4 times 3 divided by 4? So this is 3. You can cancel those out. Those are equal. So when you're multiplying, when things are being multiplied, you can cancel out. If things are being added, you can't just cross them out. That's not right. Does that make sense, guys? I saw a lot of people trying to do that.